Hi, my name is Michael Mason and I'm here to demonstrate Plus My Reach and what Plus My Reach does. Plus My Reach in effect is a tool that will measure engagement on a Google Plus event. That begs the question, what is a Google Plus event? So I'm going to briefly demonstrate that for us now. We have an event here that we've held on Google Plus, and an event page on Google Plus is a touch point, a connection point for engaging with an audience, either privately or publicly. And typically an event page will be used to broadcast a live video. So you may be promoting a product or service, a new event, a new item, etc. And you can use a Google Plus event page to do that. And for me, it very closely relates to the anatomy of a landing page. You have the call to action at the top there, so you can customize the banner and make that what you will. You create the title, and one of the key things here as well is that an event page is indexed by Google. Other items that you will have on the event page that you may be familiar with, the plus button. So for example, I can plus that event. You can share the event publicly, share it to your circles, share it with particular individuals, for example. And here you'll see there's a video. This is an embedded video of the event that we held, but this video could just as easily be a promo video for an event you're going to hold next week. And you'll see here that there's an option to mark whether I went or not, or whether I'm going, etc., and how many guests I'm going to take with me, which is a nice option. And you'll see there are event photos there as well, because people can comment, they can add photos. This is, for me, is what separates an event page from any other medium of engaging with an audience. The fact that you can engage live, pre-event and post-event. The live engagement is a spectacular element. People can ask questions. You can engage with the audience through the video. There's even a Q&A app where people can ask questions live, which is spectacular. And you'll see here, further down, we have the details of the event. And you'll see that this was a public event. And you'll see some other information here that we've placed. So it even gives a link to the event itself if people want to engage on the event page. And we can tag people. So for example, in this particular event, I've tagged Laurie, you'll see there, and we've also tagged her community. And we have a hashtag for the event, Plus My Reach, and a couple of calls to action here. Something unique to Google Plus event pages, where they have a link that can go to the website, or in this case it says tickets, and it's to the subscriptions area of our website. And further down, you'll see that you have a list of guests, who's going, who may be, and who didn't respond. And what we do is we use event pages to engage with the audience, which is fantastic in itself. But after the event, there's not very much information available out there, and that's where Plus My Reach comes in. We enable people to run reports on events, either before, during or after, or across a week. For example, we did with one event, and I'll bring that report up in a moment. We run reports, the reports become available in the system, and you get an overview here of each report and the metrics for those reports. And then when you click the first icon here that shows event engagers, you have a list of all the people that engaged on the event. In this particular case, it's a book launch for David Amerland, and there were 91 engagers for that event. And we have a list of all those engagers here. We have their follower count. In the case of brand pages, we also have their +1 count, and we have a link out directly to their Google Plus profile. On the next page, we see the top 5 engagers, and then the active engagers. These are the people that were most active on the event. They may have made more shares, more comments, etc. than other users. And we can again engage with them directly through their Google Plus profile. One of the other benefits is that we can go to their Google Plus profile, we can add these people to a circle and then communicate with that circle, and I'll come back to that in a moment because that's quite a significant element. You'll see here we have the metrics for the event. So we know in one snapshot how many plus ones, how many went, how many maybes, how many engagers, what the reach was for those engagers, how many followers they have, the active engagers and how many followers they have, and the engagement metric, which is an indication of how much activity was on that event. And that's not just on the event page, that's outside the event page as well, because there are actions that can be executed in the user stream. For example, I'll get an invitation to an event, and without even looking at the event page, I can plus one, I can comment, I can share, and that goes into my public stream and my followers see that. The total reach for the event is the total reach for the lifetime of the event. And again, I'm going to come on to the significance of that figure in a moment, because there are two things for me that separate a Google Plus event from any other medium of broadcasting a message. Another report that we have available is engagement by gender. So we know how many males, females attended, where it's marked in the profile. And the final report that we have available is the event engagement for each report that was executed on that event. Not just a snapshot of that report, every report that was run, or the last 10 reports that were run. And you can see here there's a distinct peak and then a plateau. This is when the event was running. Same here. These are the event actions and this is the engagement index. So we will see here, or the engagement metric, sorry. And we'll see here there's a peak just before the event and then a plateau, and then there's a peak after the event. And the reason this occurred was because people were commenting on the event after the event. This could be people that said that they were going but didn't attend the event and watched the video later and then commented. And what we tend to do is encourage people to do that and then respond later, which brings me back to my point about the significance of Google Plus event pages. If we take a look at an event page, for me, it's a perfect landing page. You can engage with your audience, you can have calls to action, but more important is the direct engagement with those that actually engage with the event. Now, we've held events where 200-300 people say that they're going, and we know from the statistics that only 100, maybe 200 people actually attended. So if I contact all the people that said that they were going and communicate with them, there's a good chance that the majority of those people haven't yet had an opportunity to see the video or engage in the event. So I could be perceived as spamming them, and I would prefer to communicate with the ones that engage with the event and then maybe run a report a week later to capture any new ones. For me, one of the key benefits of using Plus My Reach is the fact that I can isolate and communicate directly with the people that engage with the event, and I can put them into a circle, communicate with that circle. So I'm communicating with them directly. A lot of marketers put great stock by capturing the email address for users. I've been developing web applications for a number of years now, and I know that the majority of users do not have a publicly facing email address, be it on any social platform, and there's a very good reason for that. They don't like spam. But with Google Plus, you can put these people into a circle, communicate with them directly, maybe talk to them about an update that's happened since the event, make an offer, or just engage with them about the product or service that you're offering. You'll remember also that I mentioned briefly about the total reach for an event. Now, it's unrealistic to expect that an event will reach 5, 10, 20 million people when the event goes live. However, in the case of, for example, David Amelin's book, it's possible, in fact probable, that that topic will come up again within Google Plus or maybe in other networks, and people can be pointed to the event page to engage there. The author himself can engage, other people can engage, people who have read the book, for example, and people can exchange ideas, watch the video, and re-engage on that event page. So the event page is in effect a landing page where you can reach the audience from new. If as well you decide to do an update video, you can engage with that audience again and point them to a new event page, or indeed reuse that event page and put the new video in there. We prefer to create new events each time, but you can very easily just reuse the same event page as a landing page over months, over years if you choose to. And if you remember, I also mentioned the fact that an event page is indexed by Google. YouTube videos are indexed by Google. In fact, YouTube videos rank higher in Google than the majority of text placements. So because an event page holds a YouTube video, if you're doing an event for a particular product or service and you're catering to a niche market, this is the perfect platform to deliver, because the event page will rank in Google, the YouTube video will rank in Google, and probably directly underneath it your website would rank high in Google. So you have 3 bites of the cherry right at the top of Google, and I won't go into the statistics, but if you occupy the top 3 organic links in Google, the traffic to your website will increase exponentially. So there we have Plus My Reach, and for me, Google Plus Events are the perfect platform for engaging with an audience, either publicly or privately. Couple that with the metrics available through Plus My Reach, there's a perfect combination of tools there to help you engage a new audience or an existing audience and measure the effectiveness of that engagement in ways that were never possible. If you have any questions, you can reach me through Google Plus, Facebook or Twitter. Thanks very much.